Welcome to the Deasy Show. My name is Andrew. This is my wife, Beck.
Hello.
And this week we have another guest. This is the cool thing about living in the capital of the world, Canggu. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to visit anyone. Everyone comes to us. And this week it's Tina. Welcome to the show, Tina.
Thank you. Good to
Hi.
be here.
Yes, very exciting.
Now, everyone wants to know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting comfortable. All right? And not displaying my crotch to the camera. We had this chat.
Okay.
Did you get the dress from Zara?
I did not get the dress from
Yeah, so
Zara. I got it from a little boutique in Canggu.
Yeah. Do you know what it's called?
No, but I'll check my receipts.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah,
Because it looks
you
just
should
like
go
the
there.
Zara one.
Yeah, they have lots of like beige bitch clothes.
Yeah. That is kind of the
There's
vibe.
there are so many beige bitch stores in
It's the
Canggu.
vibe, yeah.
It is the vibe right now. Although, from what I've read, it is turning to more like eccentric clothing.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
That is the trend in Europe right now. So, grey's out.
Shit.
Mm.
I have to change my whole wardrobe. I care a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
So, your first trip to Bali?
First trip.
Right. How long have you been here?
I arrived on Sunday lunchtime.
So only like 3-4 days.
Yeah, had the worst time getting through customs.
Great.
Yeah.
And
Was
the
it-
They don't like New
immigration.
Zealanders, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't like her passport.
Are you a Kiwi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough too.
Sorry about it.
Yuck. So, why did you have a tough time?
I think it was just because it's a new passport. They didn't like it. The system that you
It's a
scan on
machine.
Yep.
didn't work.
So then,
And literally, I went through and it was just like, okay, cool. See ya. And I'm like, I waited
yeah.
in
You
line
had to
for
line up.
4 hours
They
with
don't really care.
a million Indians breathing down my neck.
Yeah, she's good. mad
Like,
about that.
they were literally like, and I kept turning around. Like, can you please step back?
yeah, you don't need
Oh,
to be.
yeah.
Yes.
Why?
And I don't like being that person, but I also don't want you to breathe down my neck. I don't want to
Also,
smell
how
your
else-
curry from the last night.
How,
Oh, gross.
also, how else will they learn if you don't teach them?
That's right. I'm here to educate.
Yep. Right.
The Chinese are like that too.
Yes.
So you got your horrible airport experience. On the plus side, it means you didn't wait 4 hours for your bag, which is what
That's
would have
true.
happened. If you skated through customs, your treat for that is to then go, oh, this is going really well. And then you have your hopes and dreams crushed by
Yes.
waiting at the baggage carousel.
Yes.
hours.
Oh, but we were at the wrong carousel.
We're always at the wrong carousel. That's happened several
We were
times.
at the correct one, but they magically will change it without telling you. And they'll be like, hello, go get your bags over there. And we're like, but it says this. Do you remember that?
Do I remember it? Do I remember it? I remember
Are you scarred by that?
Well, and then this lady was like, but it says here. And Andrew just turns to this random lady and he goes, welcome to Bali.
Well, so I briefed somebody else. Somebody else was nervous. I'm like, here's what can happen. Yes, that's our flight number on carousel number 4. But what can happen is you need to keep checking that sign because they might just change it. So you go, oh, yep, that's it. I'm on this carousel. And then you wait.
Yeah.
Then it changes and you're actually on carousel 6. But this time, the last time we came back, I'm still waiting there at carousel 4.
I had time
It
to go
changed-
and do our visas on that shitty old
You did a whole bunch of
computer.
paperwork and stuff, admin. I'm still waiting. They've changed it from carousel 4 to carousel 6, but they didn't change the sign. So I'm still
Oh my God.
dutifully looking at, yep, this is my flight on this carousel. Then a bloke comes around and says, hey, you just got here from Vietnam, you need to be on carousel 6. And I said to him, but why does it say that my flight is here in carousel 4? He's like, no, it's carousel 6. Yes, I understand that, but I now have questions. Why isn't that sign changed? Why are you walking around finding people? Why don't you
Yes.
go and change the sign? Because you
Yes.
could do that once and then everybody understands. Welcome to Bali.
No, his response was,
His response was carousel 6. Okay.
he was like,
Okay.
I don't care about
Okay.
what the computer thing says. Just go over there. By that stage, our suitcases were no longer even on the carousel.
Yeah, they're just lined up.
Yeah,
Elsewhere.
they're like,
Pretty
these
close.
people are taking too long. We're taking it off the carousel and lining it up. Yeah. And I was
This
like,
is
great.
standard Bali airport stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've had your little experience. Very
Yes,
good.
I did.
A few days. Are you staying in Canggu or somewhere else?
No, I'm staying in
Kuta.
Kuta at
Ah.
the Bali Dynasty Resort. And so the first time I came out of the resort and I'm walking along the streets. That was a eye opener for sure.
Wait, what was that?
It was just, I guess I wasn't prepared for the level of rubbish and the dirtiness of the streets. I've been overseas, like I have traveled, but I guess I'd forgotten because it's been a while. You know, I haven't been to Asian countries in a long time, so.
Yeah.
And just the general chaos, I imagine.
Oh, the chaos was insane. And as soon as I got out of the airport and I'm waiting for my driver, I have a million men come at me. You want to ride? You want to ride? I give you a good price. I give you. I'm like, help me, someone, anyone.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that still happens to me. If I'm I'll just be trying to cross the road to go to the pharmacy, and then they'll be like stopping. But because I don't yell at them, but I say to them in Bahasa no, and then they just drive off.
Yeah. Can't you just be like, I live here. Leave me alone.
That's basically the
Can't
message.
you tell I'm a local?
That is the message when I speak to them in slang Bahasa, and then they are like, oh,
I'm so impressed that you can speak Bahasa.
thanks. I practice.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you live on the Sunshine Coast in Australia,
I sure do.
which is very clean, very sterile,
Very nice.
very
beach.
boring,
Very vanilla.
very sleepy, very vanilla. It's about as far as you could possibly get from the center of Kuta.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just because, like, for us, we get a culture shock if we go back to Australia because we go to the suburbs or whatever,
Well,
Yes.
it's so quiet.
and you don't see people.
Yes.
There's no people in Australia. There's big houses and lawns and occasionally a car on the road. But apart from that, it feels like a post-apocalyptic movie where like all the people are dead.
I can see that
Because
after you living here for so long. Yes. I
Yeah,
can see how
where
that
my
would feel.
parents live, yeah, for sure.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
where
see
your
people
parents
'cause-
live.
because they work like people who live in that area. I guess they work like 8 till 6 or like long hours.
Yeah.
So if you're going out for like an afternoon walk or whatever during the day, you don't see people because they're
you
working.
literally don't see
Yes,
a human
They're
being.
all working
Everyone
all
is
day
working.
to pay for their massive houses and stuff.
Yeah. It almost seems counterproductive.
It's really wild to
That's
me.
another first time in Bali realization.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a quick chat. I tried not to because I wanted to have it on the podcast. But my first trip to Bali, I think you said something about you'd always written Bali off,
Yeah.
which you obviously have because
I
you've
haven't
flown
had a
over it to
reason.
visit the world.
I haven't had a reason to come to Bali. And obviously you guys live here and I wanted to come and see you guys. But also my girlfriend's, it's her 40th and she wanted to come here.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, that's a good enough excuse.
Yeah, yay.
Yeah, so can relate. First time we went was 2016 bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I'd flown over Bali a million times. Why would I bother
Yes.
going there? But just because there was a reason, I
Mm.
came here. And then one of the first things I noticed was everyone's scooting down the road smiling.
Yes.
They don't have shoes. Their feet are dirty. It looks like there's a bit of a disease on his ankle or something. And he's happy, right? Whereas in Australia, everyone is stressed out, angry,
People
road
don't
raging.
like to talk to you in Australia either. And that was a big change when I went. Was it last year I went back to visit? Oh, for my sister's 40th as well. And then in the afternoons I like to go for a walk. And even if you do pass someone, they don't like to talk to you. Whereas
Try and
here-
avoid eye contact.
Yeah, here I'm
Yes.
so used to everyone just being like, "Hello, what are you?" Or it's
Yeah.
very normal for the Balinese to say to you when they see you going somewhere. Dari mana, di mana. Di mana means, oh, where are you going? They
Mm.
always want to know where you're going.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, what you up to? What's
Yeah.
happening? Where are you going?
Mm.
Like the
All the time.
neighbors will always just, or they'll be like, where did you, Dari mana, where did you come from? Like, what were you out doing?
Yeah.
So they just want to know what you're getting
Yeah.
up to. And that's very normal here. Whereas in Australia, it's like, ugh, people.
Okay, so I noticed when we moved to the Sunshine Coast, because we lived south, like in Logan kind of area, south of you guys, that was the same experience. Like, no one wants to talk to you. Everyone's just in the grind, hates their life. Nothing makes you happy. Then we moved to the Sunshine Coast and everyone is happy
Yep.
Yeah.
because they
wow,
live by
that's
the
good.
water and everyone is so friendly. Everyone is, morning, hi, how you going? You know,
Oh, that's so good.
so it's a completely different culture there
Yeah.
to
that's nice.
what we were used to. And that was other than being vanilla, you know, like our kids went to school and it was like, there is no diversity. Everyone is blonde and blue eyed. And we were like, we're the brown people. that's what we were used to.
Yeah. Oh, especially in
Yeah.
Logan type area.
Yeah, like Polynesians and
Oh,
Kiwis,
yeah.
and, you know. And so our kids went to school and we were just like, whoa, all the kids look the same. What is going on?
You're visiting Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. But I just think there is something to be said for lifestyle and living close to the water and doing things that you actually enjoy and having the time to do that. Because that takes a lot of stress away when you can just swim or have time to exercise or whatever.
And the beaches in Australia are very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. The beaches in Canggu aren't my favorite.
Yeah, I was not enticed.
Well,
Me either. When people be like, let's go for a beach walk, I'm like, how about no?
But didn't you go through that surfing phase? You did surf.
Oh, in COVID, I wanted to learn how to surf.
Yeah.
So I did, because there's no one in the surf. Like, it's easy to learn. But now it would be chock-a-block with people in the waves. That's too much for me. No, thank you.
But I have seen in the outer islands, they do like surf trips and surf camps.
Yeah, like to Lombok.
The beaches there look beautiful.
They are really nice. And Nusa Lembongan is very nice. It's beautiful beaches. But the boat ride is not fun.
yeah, so there's actually nothing special about Canggu. It's a fascinating phenomenon. I think it may actually be unique in the world. I think it's the first place in the world built by Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, that was going to be my question. Why is everyone influencers here?
Yeah. So, because COVID.
Yeah.
So what happened was all of the Western governments did all of their terror porn fear campaign stuff. Loads of people fled, right?
Yeah.
And the
To go
people
back
who
home.
remained, mostly the younger people who remained, I mean, 40-ish and below, coagulated in Canggu. So what you would have found if you were here, exactly 6 years ago, is where you are now was just a terrifying ghost town. There was nothing and no one. So there's those long streets in Kuta, Seminyak area. It's like kilometers in a straight line and just a million shops.
Yeah.
A million little dress beige bitch shops and
And
all
markets.
that stuff. Markets.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of it just shuttered for kilometers.
It was really
amazing.
It was
It
a
shut or
weird
it
time.
shuttered?
Shuttered. There were shutters.
Like they
still.
were shaking?
No. T, not D. Shuttered.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
It's a word.
It is.
Is it?
You got to, yes.
I might Google
You got
that.
to teach the Kiwis English.
Okay.
The shutters, if they are down, it is referred to as being shuttered, right? So they were shuttered for kilometers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Sanur was like that. Kuta was like
Oh,
that. All these
Sanur
other
was so weird. Oh, it was weird.
creepy
times.
ghost town. But Canggu is where what expats existed. They were all here. So now, meanwhile, everywhere else in the world is shut down, living in house arrest
Yeah, without shutters.
We were not.
without shutters, or with, I don't know, living life vicariously through the influencers on Instagram.
Yes.
So what happened was, and I didn't see this coming at the time. At the time we were here, living our best life. It was great.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. Because we had Bali to ourselves practically.
It was nice.
It was actually really good. And I saw construction going on all over Canggu. I'm like, what are you people doing? Because when tourism comes back, everyone's going to go back to Kuta because that's where all the Bogan Aussies are, and like this is the way things were. I didn't see coming what was coming. What I didn't realize is everywhere else in the world, everyone's following their influences, and when they check into Bali, they're checking into Canggu. When they go to the gym, they're going to this gym in Canggu,
Yes.
this cafe in Canggu, this beach in Canggu. Everything was Canggu, Canggu, Canggu. So that when the planes landed, the whole plane just went whoop straight to Canggu, and it was chock-a-block slammed immediately.
Yeah.
Whilst the previously more popular areas, and Kuta is still a way bigger tourist area than Canggu. That
They
was
have
still
actual shopping centres.
they
in
have whole
Kuta.
shopping malls and all sorts of tourism. That was still half empty, and Canggu was slammed
Yeah.
Wow.
immediately.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing is, there's actually nothing special about Canggu. It's just another surfing village.
Yeah.
Right.
There's 1,000 of them in Bali and 10 million of them in Indonesia.
Yeah.
It's not actually special. It's just the COVID Instagram thing
Yeah.
turned it into this checkpoint for the world.
But what you don't see,
Yeah.
like I've seen all this on Instagram. I've seen it all. You see the beautiful architecture. You see the beautiful, aesthetically pleasing nail parlors and massage places and gyms. Everything's gorgeous. But what you don't see on Instagram is right next to that is a rundown building with rubbish bags out the front and stray dogs. And it's not what you expect to see, because you're expecting everything to look
nice.
so aesthetically pleasing. And then there's a slum.
Yeah, that's the reality.
A garbage fire.
Yeah.
Literal garbage fires.
My neighbors will be like, time for a garbage fire. I'm like, not today, guys. It was on Christmas Day. They did a big...
She goes and puts
I got a hose and I went and hosed it out. I was like, guys, it's Christmas Day. I don't want the smoke in my house today. Yeah, like, come on. I respect their ceremonies. Just respect my...
Just give us one. Just give us Christmas.
One day where we're not doing that. And then also they get their garbage collected, so do we. But sometimes they'll be like, it's taking too long. So they just set it on fire. I'm like, you're burning plastic. You know that, right? They're like, oh, well. That's another one.
Is it then stuck to the cement?
Well, you've seen...
it's like a pile of dirt.
Oh.
Yeah. You've seen my little lofty office thing. Those windows there. If there's a garbage fire and the wind is going the wrong way, I'm just sitting there getting smoked in plastic garbage whilst
lovely.
Whilst trying to talk to clients.
Plastic garbage and dirty nappies. Great combo.
It's great. So yeah, that's the reality of Changi.
But you know what? It's great. I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if it's just because I haven't traveled in so long, and I haven't had that travel bug for so long. Partly because of COVID, life gets in the way.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, that feeling of getting off the plane in another country that's foreign and you don't know anything and you don't know anyone, and it's like,
yeah,
it's very cool.
Yeah.
And the chaos is fun.
So fun. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. And there's a whole bunch of freedom that exists amidst the chaos that you don't have in Australia. And it's horses for courses. Yes. So you come here and you're like, wow, all of this is terrible. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And that's the same attitude I have. But other people are just horrified by it.
Yeah, well, I had so many mixed reviews. Like, you're going to hate it. Oh, you're going to love it. Oh, really? I was like,
Like, I mean, sometimes the power will go out and stuff like that. Like in the middle of the night, and you'll be like, oh, no.
Oh, no aircon.
Yeah. Ugh. Nothing's perfect like it is in Australia, but your life is still amazing.
Yeah, and I think you're right. The freedoms that you do have, even doing this podcast and having somebody else come in and set it up and then do all your editing, you have to pay so much money to do that in Australia.
Yeah, it would be absurd in Australia. Exactly.
Yes, it's just almost impossible.
Yeah, so much is almost impossible. And so there's, when we're talking to one of the other Tinas, because there's so many of you, I said, we live like billionaires
100%.
with dirty feet riding a scooter. It's like a weird kind of a billionaire in terms of the freedom. So, and it's sort of circling back to what you were saying, quality of life and how do you measure that? Bank account is not it. Not alone. Certainly not. Like it's about freedom.
Bank account gives you some freedoms.
Yeah, but what does it buy you? It buys you space and time. Time mostly. Time. Freedom and time. So here, freedom and time costs less.
Yeah.
So that's why you can live a higher quality of life with less money.
Well, I remember when we first met, your time was so stretched and you were so exhausted and run down and just like, I mean, you did your job amazingly, but at the same time, you were just like, I can't maintain this level of intensity long term.
Yeah, back then I wasn't a person, I was a function. So when was that? That's a good segue. Well done. When did you enter the Granite frame?
I want to say 2016.
Sounds about right.
Because Georgie was born 2015 and I think she was like 1.5. Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I came on board.
And you started with Granite 8-week challenge back at what we refer to as Granite 4.
I did. I found you on Instagram and I was like, this guy gets results. I want to go to this guy.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I found it on Facebook and I was like, who is this guy?
Yes.
That all of his bikini chicks keep winning.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I need to find this guy.
And I had been to so many PTs and I was just like, you're not giving me what I want. I want results. And a lot of it comes down to me, right? But I think having your personality and your no bullshit attitude and just like no excuses, Tina. Like you eat your macros, you do your training, and if you don't, see ya. Don't waste my time. But that's the attitude that I needed.
Mm.
And I think a lot of women need that attitude because
Yeah.
we're really good at making excuses.
Mm.
And guys who are not like you are really good at going, oh, that's okay.
Yep, that's true.
Mm.
There's a lot of PTs like that.
Yeah. And they're like, well, it's okay. Next week, you know.
Mm.
And I think doing my 8-week challenge and then coming and doing however many comps I did gave me the education that I needed.
Yeah.
So that now I always have this education and I'm like, okay, well, I know what I need to do. And if I'm not, I know who's to blame.
Mm. So
Yeah.
with that 8-week challenge, which is sort of the predecessor of the Blitz and all that sort of stuff, did you learn something different? Like you said, you've been to a bunch of PTs.
Yeah, I had no understanding of
Right.
macro tracking whatsoever. That was a totally new concept.
Yep.
And that was the kicker.
Mm.
At the end of the day, that made the difference because I can calorie count till the cows come home. But unless I'm having that protein and carbs and fats, I'm not going to get the results that I need.
Mm.
I might lose fat, but I'm not going to gain muscle.
Yep.
And that's going to give me the shape. So,
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's like you said, now that you learned all that, you're not going to forget it. You can't unsee macros once you understand them.
No.
Yeah. That's the thing.
It's almost brainwashing material.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah, it's you can't bullshit yourself anymore.
Mm.
No, you're so aware of food. You're so aware of what you're putting in your body after that.
Mm.
You know, you can't go, oh, well, I'm just going to binge on everything.
Mm.
I'm not going to eat a whole packet of Doritos
Yeah.
because I know what's in it.
Yep.
Ew.
Yeah. So you did what, one challenge and then that turned into comp prep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty close afterwards too.
Right. And you inflicted your father-in-law upon me for an 8-week
I
challenge as
did
well.
too.
What's his name again?
Dave.
Dave. What a
Dave
champion.
Beard, yes.
Dave. He's not a V8. He's a V16.
Okay.
He
He's
is a
fantastic.
bloody legend.
He's fantastic.
So let me tell you, he turned, I can't remember, how old is he? I don't know. That's irrelevant. It's his birthday last year, right? I'm in New South Wales visiting my brother. And he's like, guys, I just want you to FaceTime for my birthday. And I was like, okay. He's like, just when we're cutting the cake. And I was like, okay. And as he's cutting the cake, he starts crying. And I was like, oh my God, is he okay? Like, has he got cancer?
Yeah.
This is terrifying. And everyone else is at the house because I was away. And so then he comes out with this framed picture. And on it is an airplane with all our faces on the airplane
Aww.
and a picture of Disneyland in the background. And he's like, I'm taking you all to Disneyland. Bawling his eyes out.
Adorable.
He's like, all I want for my birthday is to take my family to Disneyland.
Aw.
He's like, it's just such a privilege for me to be able to do this. And just so beautiful.
Mm.
So we're
That's
all,
so sweet.
and I mean, I have 4 children.
Yeah.
And Zane's sister has 2. So, you know, there's a lot of people to take to
This is a
Disneyland.
tribe.
All expenses paid.
Oh, wow.
You know, we're staying at Disneyland Resort. He does not do things in halves.
No.
He's like, oh, and on the way home, we need to recover. So we're going to stay in Fiji for 3 days.
Oh, my
At the
God.
resort in Fiji. And I was like,
Nice.
this is incredible. He
Wow.
just does not do things in halves. Everything he does is for the benefit of the people he loves. He
Mm.
just wants to be able to create memories.
Yeah, that's
He's
so nice.
Beautiful.
Very cool.
Mm.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so he was doing that with me, which was a blast. And you competed when? Season A 2017? Season B 2017?
Yes.
And I think it's season 8 because
I think
we
I-
did tropics.
Yes, we did tropics
together.
together.
Mhm.
And then I traveled. I traveled Australia with my family and then came back and did another comp.
Oh, right.
I think for me, it was like the connection with the girls as well because I hadn't had that before. And so it was like, oh my gosh, these girls are so lovely. And so fun and we're all doing this together. And even though we're competing with each other, it doesn't matter because there was that culture of, I don't know.
We're all a team, yeah.
We're a team and we're doing this together.
And also we were all winners, so that helps.
Well, this is the thing. We knew we were all going to win. And if you didn't, you wouldn't be on Deasy's team.
Pretty much.
God.
You're booted.
Well, I remember when you, like, it was like a probation period. And you were like, okay, Tina, you've made it. You can stay on the team. And I went home and told my husband and I was like, I've made it. He's not going to kick me out. But there was one other girl that you did kick out. And I was like,
I think you're making shit up.
I'm 100%
was
not. I don't even remember her name, but she wasn't tracking her
We don't even remember her name.
That's why no one will remember your name.
That's why no one will remember your
a
name.
team player, let me tell you.
Irrelevant.
Oh.
Who was it now? I'm bummed.
She wasn't there long enough because you literally said you're not committed to tracking your macros or working out. Why are you wasting my time? And I
Wait,
was
so you
like,
were there when he
"Oh,
fired this
shit."
chick?
No, she's making shit up. She's obviously making shit up. She's as bad as you.
I am not making shit up.
No, I
She
believe
never
her.
came back to
There's
Granite.
plenty of people that you fired over the years.
You did. You were, and I was terrified if I didn't lose weight and gain muscle
God.
leading up. Like there was like a pre-season training, and if we didn't hit our targets, you were like, "I'm not training you. I am not taking you to the competition and representing you because you're going to slander my name with your jiggly ass."
Oh my God.
I
These
mean-
are the misconceptions that people have outside of Team Granite, and now
It
they're
is-
being reinforced by
It
an
is
insider.
not a misconception, I
It
can
is.
promise you.
She's full of shit.
It was
It's not that bad.
Her
like
name,
we did a lot of like because we did hit training together, then we did posing together, and then you'd go in for training once a week. Yeah, like it's pretty intense. Like I think it's pretty hard to be a failure when you do that much focused effort towards a goal. Like you got to be trying to eat donuts.
yeah.
Because we would be at Granite like G4 like
3 or 4 times a week.
yeah 4 times
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah. And I was driving from south side of Brisbane to have my training sessions with DZ and then early Saturday mornings for the hit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Spread out.
Yeah. It was great.
Mm. It
And
was-
then also on that tropics trip was the first time you had no-dos.
Oh, that's right. And Pepsi Max because I'd never had Pepsi Max before.
She had no-dos and she was like jumping off the walls because the other mums were like, oh, just take some caffeine pills. And then it's like all bad for you because you have ADHD.
Yeah. And I've never had caffeine before because of my strict upbringing.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'd
That
never
makes
had
sense.
coffee. I'd never had Pepsi Max. And I was
It's
like,
crazy. And then the girls are like, just start with the no-dos.
yes. And I was like, this is game changing.
What
How
do
do
you mean you never had caffeine?
How do you have 4 kids and not have caffeine?
ADHD.
Okay.
Right.
But also stupid. Not stupid. I love my children. Not intentional. I was just like, I thought that was what I had to do in my life because of my
okay.
upbringing. It was just like, yeah. So Mormons, I was raised Mormon, and they have like a no caffeine rule.
Right. What's
Yeah.
wrong with caffeine?
Nothing.
No,
But,
but
but
obviously
the whole
obviously
religion's a sham, and it's all made up.
there's-
So
So
Pick your
because
rules.
it's like a drug, I guess.
yeah, it's addictive. And so the whole
Oh,
concept
you're not allowed
was,
to be addicted to things.
yeah, so you need to be free to make your own decisions, but let's control everything else in your life.
Sure.
And I wasn't open with you guys about any of this. Like it was like a secret part of my life that I didn't want to tell you about because I didn't want you to judge me and think I was a loser.
Wait, you were still.
Kick me off the team.
I can still judge you and think you're a loser now.
Yeah, but you're not going to tell me.
So
and I
you
don't
were
have to pay you.
You were still Mormon then.
Yeah, I was.
Oh. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was 2016, 2017. So even like while you were on the comp team, you were
Yeah.
doing the Mormon
Yeah.
thing.
Secret Mormon lives.
Secret Mormon.
And you have to go to church like every week
Every Sunday for 3 hours.
with
Ooh.
all of your kids. 3 hours?
Yes.
Oh my, that's a lot of time. You
It's a
could be
lot of
doing
time.
so many other
And
things.
Yeah.
And your kids would go to that too?
Yes.
And they do like Sunday school or what?
Yes.
Okay.
So there'd
For
be like
3
a
hours.
big like sermon thing first for an hour.
Yeah, where they just talk. Yep.
Yep. And then the kids would go do an hour Sunday school and the adults would do Sunday school, and then they'd split and there'd be a girls, like a women's class and a men's class for another hour.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing what you accept as normal and what you allow your brain to believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think when I started Granite, it was like, hold on. Because there's so many things that you're taught, like not to hang out with people who aren't of the same standards as you and all these kinds of things. And so you allow yourself to believe these things are true and real until you don't. And then when you don't, your whole world is turned inside out. And that was just a little glimpse for me of seeing normal people.
Wait, Granite is normal to you?
Well, no, it was
We're
just
not normal people.
It's not normal, and we would remember we
No,
would
but
call
there was
everyone
a-
else normies.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but there was a lot of, in that season, I think a lot of other like mums as well.
There
which
was
is great.
Teresa.
Yeah.
And she's so
Was Tina
beautiful.
there and Shay?
No, Shay was there,
Yeah.
but Tina wasn't.
I think there was someone else. But yeah, like it's great to have other people there that are like in the same age as you or same area of life. And then, yeah, I guess you'd be like, oh, what do they do?
Yeah, it was
Sunday
just
for 3
nice.
hours.
to
Same, but
see-
apparently very different.
Very
Mm.
different.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, I've evolved and grown and felt
Yeah.
things for myself now. Which
So
is,
being in the Granite cult
yeah,
was
I just went from one cult to another
a
cult.
Yeah.
stark difference to the original cult.
I think it was just seeing happy people living normal lives, being successful and doing things they want to do.
Yes.
That-
Right. Whilst having
opened
caffeine
my-
at the same time.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Just
actually
opened
powered by
my eyes
caffeine.
a little bit, you
Mm.
know, enough to go, hold on. These people aren't bad people.
Right.
These people
Right, yeah,
aren't
that's true.
horrible. They aren't hurting other people. They're good people, and they live good lives. They're not hurting anyone. They're not, you know, doing drugs and being crazy. You know.
Yeah,
Mm.
especially in the natural bodybuilding world. Like,
Mm.
yeah, most of those women, like the mums and stuff, it was just like a goal they had that was the next thing they wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
And they were all like really good at it because they were so busy.
Mm.
It's just like, get it done.
Yeah.
Whereas the 18-year-olds would be like,
I'm tired.
my life's on fire because my phone broke. And
I'm
you'd be
so
like,
stressed
"Dude."
out.
My boyfriend didn't text me back.
And you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was a bit of an eye opener for me.
So when did the you and Mormon connection break down?
It was about 3-4 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
it
it was.
kept going for a while.
It kept going. Mentally, I checked out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, there's so much that I don't align with, and so many things that I don't agree with and don't want my children to take
Mhm.
on.
That's tough when you have kids. Like, it's different when it's just yourself and you have to do something and you know it's not great or you don't want to keep doing it. But when you know you don't want that for your kids, it's like, oh no, I need to stop
Yeah.
doing this.
It's a very patriarchal religion. And
Oh.
so I hated that. And I didn't want my girls to feel that. I didn't want my girls to feel, because there was dress standards. Like there's no way I could show my shoulders or my
Mhm.
too short a skirt or anything like that. And so I was quite rebellious in doing a bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
You know,
A little
like,
different.
yeah.
How'd
Yeah,
that go down?
you're wearing a bikini.
Not well
Okay.
at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like my parents did not want to know anything about it.
Wow.
Yeah. That's fine.
Mm.
They're very modest people.
Conservative.
And they were right because it ruined your Mormonism.
It led me to hell.
And now you're in hell, where there's garbage fires.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the good life.
Honestly, life just keeps getting better.
Yeah, good.
My kids are happy. I have a great marriage.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
yeah, life just keeps getting better.
Mm.
So good.
And it's all because you track your macros.
It's all because of Granite conditioning.
So
This is a paid advertisement.
So yeah, you do the 8-week challenge. You learn your macros.
Yeah.
What was is there a before and after story here? Like, was it struggling to be in shape, struggling to get the results you want, and then
Oh, 100%. I could never get lean. Never, ever get lean. It was like, it didn't matter. I could lose weight, but I could never have definition, and I could never feel confident in a bikini, and that process allowed me to see what was possible. And
Yeah,
I
I
just
get it.
always thought, oh no, I could never achieve that because I'm not genetically gifted, or I'm not, I don't have that kind of physique. But it was learning the process and seeing the progress along the way. And I loved you to have a graph each week of, yeah, she's down. And watching that line go like this was the most rewarding thing ever. And, seeing myself in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the data was great. The graph was great. We should bring back the graph.
bring back the graph?
I love the
Objectivity in
graph.
data.
Yes.
Are we going to bring
All
it
the
back?
visuals.
Well, yeah. I mean, if everyone flies to Bali and I put the skin fold calipers on them every week, I can.
Oh, those
I can
skin
recreate
fold
them.
calipers.
I can recreate the graph. But but there's graphs all over the place in our online coaching
I
thing.
was talking about the new thing.
You're talking about the new
Are
thing.
we bringing back the graph with the new thing?
Yeah, there'll be graphs in the new thing.
Are we going to talk about the new thing?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to talk about sometimes.
Yeah, I was just.
But
giving
then I
lies
forget
to
we
that
can just
camera,
edit
like,
this out.
Whatever, guys.
The new thing is Phoenix launching a new program
Yes,
It's a
called,
bird.
right
it's
now.
called Phoenix Rising, and the inspiration for
Operation Phoenix. The inspiration
is
was.
purely me, of course, because
Of course.
I'm his inspiration.
I was going to say
His news.
atrocities in the Vietnam War. Google it.
Is it?
Operation Phoenix.
It is in the Vietnam War.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
nice.
another really interesting thing to learn about when we went to Vietnam. Oh my god. The Vietnam War was rough as guts.
I'm gonna chat GTP this now.
Oh my god.
Australia was actually involved in Operation
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
Agent Orange.
Forget Operation Phoenix.
They
Don't
were-
Google that. It's upsetting.
Don't
They were
Google
involved
it.
in a lot of the Vietnam War.
Yes.
It was only it ended in 1975, so it's like recent.
Yes, and I think if I remember correctly, a lot of the soldiers that came back from Vietnam have a lot of PTSD because
Of
they were
course.
not celebrated, and it wasn't something that was talked about.
Mm.
It was almost like, why
They were
did you
forced to go there, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
You
think they
shouldn't have
really should have
gone.
gone because it was an American-French thing.
Yeah.
And the Australians just kind of went there to like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's big PTSD problems from the GWAT, the Global War on Terror, but Vietnam, as you have identified, is disproportionately worse because of...
They weren't received as heroes.
Correct.
Whereas every other war veteran has been.
And the nature of the combat itself as well.
Mm.
Because
Well-
it was particularly
Yeah, it was very.
strenuous mentally
Yeah.
compared to Gallipoli or World War II or things like that,
Mm.
where there's a front line and, oh shit, we're fighting or we're not. It was kind of like living in terror the whole time.
You in the
Yeah.
army?
Hmm?
Didn't you do a stint in the army?
Oh, I did a little stint in the army.
And the Air Force.
Got my memory.
And the
You
Air
go.
Force.
That
Um,
clean, no caffeine living.
Yeah, I wish that was the case.
Oh,
No longer. I'm
You're a
I'm a
dirty drug
converted
user now.
coffee
He's
drinker.
converted to caffeine now.
She's fallen.
I have.
Yep.
Anyway, Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah. So,
Which is inspired by me.
yeah, make it about yourself. Go.
And so, yeah, basically last year getting sick and then having to go through chemo and then getting out the other end being like, okay, like, I don't want to focus on that anymore. I don't want to focus on bad shit that happens in my life. I want to have like this amazing transformation, continue on with my amazing life. All good shit's going to keep happening to me.
Yes.
Like that was just a small bump and it's just going to make me stronger and better as a person.
Yeah.
Because I had a much deeper understanding of how much I took for granted with my health and my fitness. Because I was always like in pretty good shape, pretty healthy, super
Yeah.
active, apart from like endometriosis, but that's chronic illness. It was like just every single day I didn't realize how great it was to like go to the gym. And then now I'm like, this is like all the time actually. If something inconveniences me and it's like annoying, I'm like, well, this is better than chemo, so my day's going great. Like people would just get annoyed about things. I'm like, meh, I chose this. This is awesome. This is my life. And that's really great. But also coming out of it being like, I need to get all my strength back. I need to basically start from the beginning, rebuild my physique, go back to training hard and eating lots of food, and then I'll get to where I want to be. So it was sort of like starting over again in a sense. And that was what we wanted for this new program, is people who feel like they had to start over again. Maybe they recently had a baby and then like postpartum depression, and then they're like lost all of their gains or something. They're starting over again. What other examples do you have of that?
Well, there's
Menopause.
always... Say again?
Menopause.
Menopause?
Yeah.
There's always something, you know? Life always happens.
Yeah, an injury, like a really bad
Oh,
injury,
yeah.
a car accident or something like
Yeah.
that. That's a bad one because it's a very sudden thing. That's what also happened with having to have chemotherapy for me. It's not like, oh, I had this pain in my stomach and I was sick for years and it built up to that. It was just like, oh, that happened. That's super rare. Now you need chemo.
You also never think bad things are going to happen. You never plan, oh, when I'm like 35, I'm going to get chemo. I'm going to have chemo, or I'm going to be in a bad car accident, you know? And so, yeah, you need to have that mentality where you got to rebuild.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And basically go all in every day because your life is awesome and you can do it now. That's kind of my attitude now. Yeah.
And, but it's kind of contextual. So, you would have had ups and downs since 2016.
Oh.
Things have not been like great life, all that sort of stuff that you just
Yeah.
mentioned. However, life's still not perfect for you.
No.
You haven't said it's not, but I just know that you're a person, and for the last 8 years, things haven't been smooth and perfect.
Absolutely.
And yet, here you are showing up in good shape with your suspiciously good tan.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're in control of your body composition because you learnt how to do that. And you would have, as I said, would have had ups and downs. You would have had periods where you're crushing it every day, other periods where things are in the way. And so that's sort of what we need to plan for.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, it's aspirational to do what Beck's doing right now. Go in all day, every day, David Goggins type thing.
Yeah.
And there are going to be times in your life where you can do that. But there's also times where you can't. So the idea is that Phoenix is for people who are starting out or starting over because there's always bumps in the road, be it travel, illness, etc.
Yeah.
Just getting too busy with work and then you drift off your path, your priorities change, your habits change. And I think a big problem is again, to what you were saying, it's amazing what you can make yourself believe. When it's all over and it's all gone and it's all fallen apart, now it's this big hurdle you've got to get over. It's insurmountable challenge. You build up inertia. You don't go straight back to the gym because it's like, oh, it's a big thing. It's a whole thing I've got to start.
Yeah, first day back in the gym after a break is so uncomfortable.
You got all this.
So are the next 3 days.
So rather than focusing on that and having this on, off, start, stop mentality, want something that's longer duration and sort of you dial it up and dial it down. So yeah, you go your hardest, but maybe your hardest is not that impressive this week, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe, and yes, like what I've preached for years, you've got to hit your macros and train. That's when you get results. However, maybe for whatever reason, you can't do one or both of those things. Do you want to frame this week as a failure, as off, and then set yourself up for self-flagellation and then climbing that hurdle of starting again? Or do you want to go, hey, I didn't do those things, but there's other things. I can be hydrated, I can take my vitamins, I can be well rested, I can actually look after myself, and I'm not going backwards. I can not drink alcohol, I can not eat ice cream, there's a whole bunch of things you can do that's not hitting your macros and training, but is also not nothing.
Yeah, like simplify it. Let's not do 100 things. Let's just bring it back down to one important thing.
Yep. So let's have a look at what are all of the habits that we can conceivably do, because if you were the perfect person living in the perfect circumstances, you would do 100 amazing things for yourself every day. But And maybe you'll have a few days in your life like that. But most of us, most of the time, won't. So what can we do?
Yeah.
So let's be positive, and this is a bit weird for me, being positive. Let's be positive about...
Be pragmatic.
Yes, it's pragmatic positivity. Let's put it that way. That it's pragmatic that we can do this small handful of things, and we're not doing nothing. We're not off. It's not over. It's not finished. We're just going a little slower than we theoretically could, and a little slower than we will as soon as circumstances improve. But at least we're building habits, and we're staying in the mindset of, I am looking after myself. I am doing what I can do. I'm controlling the controllables, etc. So that's a departure from the comp prep mindset, from the 8-week challenge, 6-week challenge mindset. So that's kind of the key difference of what Phoenix is about. So it's going to be about sort of more robust, more real life, more realistic and patient timeframes, and trying to get away from it's all fallen apart, it's stopped.
Yeah, the wheels have fallen off.
Wheels have fallen off type mentality. And now I've got to climb this huge thing. It's like, no, we're on this ride of life, and we've always got to look after ourselves anyway.
Yeah.
So let's give ourselves part marks when part marks are relevant, and maintain some positive momentum in terms of doing what we can while we can.
Yeah.
And then, so let's have a program that can sort of flow with the lumps and bumps of life, so that you can make your comeback, but it's not so dramatic. It's like, let's do what we can.
So moving away from that 8-week challenge mindset, you're right, because that's the thing that some people got into the habit of doing. If they were like doing loads of blitzes, they'd be like, yes, I'm going to be so well behaved on these 8 weeks and do everything perfectly. And then as soon as they're done, it's like,
yeah, we don't have a finish so much. The finish line
it
can be a problem.
It can be.
So
like go crazy with food and whatever.
Because there's different groups of people, and I'm not disparaging any of the work that I've done, because it's worked very well for a bunch of people. And so I've had people who do 3, 4, 5, 8-week challenges in a year because they've got a lot of weight to lose, and that's how long it's going to take. But they want something. They want some structure. They want some coaching. They want some community. They want support. And all I had was these sort of short-term things. So they created a longer-term program by just gluing together multiple of my programs. Because if they're staying within the container, which is the new wanky word. Have you noticed that?
I have not heard
Oh,
that.
people are talking about containers.
That's gross.
Right?
Yeah. I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Someone said it to me the other day, and I was like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm not getting in your container. What the fuck?
That
Are you a
sounds
serial killer?
murderous.
Yeah.
Weird.
No, people use it to sell products nowadays.
Wow.
It's like, this container is a 12-week container. And it's like, what the fuck are you on about?
What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't work.
So
Sounds cheap.
it sounds...
Like, have a container pool. It's not going to look good.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my inner fat kid, but I'm thinking about the 4-liter container of ice cream.
I haven't seen your fat kid photos.
Well, I was actually a skinny kid.
Well, then.
But, but
he's
inside
so
the skinny
tall.
kid was a fat kid, just waiting to get out. And,
Yeah,
I blossomed.
It's because your
later in life.
mum underfed you.
It's because there was never enough food in the house.
Yeah, it's not enough
This
food.
is not the first time you've told me this.
It's like, this is why Andrew has an
I
eating
would like
disorder.
to express that I don't go around talking about Andrew's disordered eating habits. Other human beings.
Okay, Andrew, also, while we're on this topic, we would be sweating our tits off doing the
Oh, he's
HIIT
eating
session.
a fucking sandwich.
He'd have a sandwich or KFC chicken.
I did not.
You did.
You would have a
That's
sandwich. I
awesome.
remember you eating a sandwich during HIIT.
And
like,
what was that girl's
anything.
name? One of the girls. I remember Andrew would be staying there eating, and I remember seeing her just look up at him and just go,
Probably
who
Brooke.
was that?
yes.
Oh, yeah. I was like, who has that sort of attitude? Yeah, Brooke.
Yeah,
Brooke
she
has that
made me
attitude.
laugh.
Yep.
But
She was
yeah,
good.
that is your attitude. Like,
God, I'm funny.
die for
Did you have a KFC there one time?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Everything else Tina
Or
said on
maybe
this
it was a
podcast has been a
PT.
lie, so I don't know.
We definitely did it during HIIT. I remember that.
Maybe it was one of my PT sessions with you.
Yeah, the KFC.
Mm.
That's wild, though.
There's a photo of me.
A lot of PTs would never
I'm
dream
like,
of doing that to
Okay,
their clients.
I'm like strategically starving myself.
yeah.
And you are having some fucking KFC.
To be fair, he doesn't have any good KFC anymore, if that makes you feel
It
better.
does make me feel better.
Because we live in Indonesia now. And I don't know if you noticed. And the KFC here is nowhere near as good as Australia.
I was actually surprised to see a KFC here.
You won't get the chips. The chips are crap.
I mean, what do
Australia.
they have?
Oh, wash your mouth out.
No,
KFC
chips are
chips.
the worst.
The best.
They're so soggy.
What?
They're just soggy and floppy like a
Oh, you're going to the wrong.
Why, what
you're going to the wrong
chips do
KFC.
you like?
grilled chips.
Oh, they're
Grilled
so
chips are good.
expensive. It's like $20 for
Oh.
a small. I can't
Yes.
even think about buying a grilled item
Yes.
anymore. I need to take out an extra mortgage
mean,
or some shit. I need
you
my
are-
grilled burger. No, it's...
You're living like kings. I think you'll be fine.
I don't need grilled in my life. I've got Diane Cafe next door. And it's legit. I have like
Here we
my
go.
own meal plan with this place that I've set up in my mind.
I have been envious
And
of your Bali food
If
since the day you moved.
By the way, I could walk across the road and go get it because it's just down the gang across the road, right?
Yeah.
It's a cafe.
Also, that is a word that nobody else says in Australia unless you
gang.
are affiliated with a gang.
Right.
No,
Gang just means
sorry,
lane.
it means like cul-de-sac.
Yes, I gathered that after our conversation about
Oh,
your little
okay.
street
Yeah,
gang.
yeah, like Jalan and gang, whatever, gang.
Anyway,
And
Tell your
so-
cafe story.
Dion Cafe is just across the road, yeah, and
Shouldn't be publicising it. You're going to ruin it for yourself.
Oh.
Everyone's going to.
yeah.
don't share it.
Okay, so they have these great options. You can get like scrambled eggs or like a cheese omelet with toast, and that's $2. And then you can also get a chicken curry with loads of veggies, like potato, sweet potato, carrot, beans, and then chicken. And it's not like a super rich curry. It's like watered down, so it's not like you're not
It's
gonna
not
feel
too
sick.
heavy.
And that's $3. So get those two. And then last night I got something else different. Oh, they have like heaps of good options for
Do you
high
have
protein.
to cook at all?
I try not to because it's just
It's
gonna
almost not
end.
worth it.
I cook pasta for Laura because she likes plain pasta, but that's about it. And it just goes badly. I'll burn the house down or something.
There's that. I've only been cooking one meal a day for myself. So I get 4 meals delivered.
And are they macro tracked meals?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Bali has enough food for you to feed.
Well, that's
those
why I get
muscles.
4 of them.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the one that Andrew found is really good.
aren't you going to take credit for it?
I found it. It's called, what's
course
it
you
called? Boomy Protein. Shout
Don't
out.
Tell anyone. You're going to ruin it.
But it's not like we know where the cafe is though.
Yeah, but everyone's going to order
but
it, and
they're
they're going to
gonna go
realize
on
they're good. They're going to
Instagram
triple the
now.
price.
Well, then they could give us like a cut and give us free food,
Oh,
like
they
some other
could. They
influencers
could, or
around
we could
here
just
who
send
I know
them
get free
millions of
food.
If you go
customers.
in there,
We
and
would
just be
like some
"Hi."
free food, Boomy Protein.
I already get free food from them. It's like $6 a meal.
This blows
brilliant.
my
It's
mind.
really his actually is very good bodybuilding food. I like to have a little more fat in my diet because
Yeah, so I'll get
I'm not like on low macros, whereas he is.
I get totally stereotypical chicken, rice, and broccoli from them. It's like perfectly portioned, and then so there's like no fat in all of that. Then the only cooking I do is just like my own eggs. So I'll get a bunch of
It's unreal.
fat from like a little bit of cheese and a whole bunch of egg yolks. So
Yeah.
there's my fat for the day.
Yeah.
With that meal, and then everything else is like fiber and carbs and protein. And
And protein shakes. Andrew likes.
I'm not on any protein shakes at the moment.
And well, you did have them yesterday, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Smokies. Andrew loves Smokies protein shakes. I prefer Lenny's now. I've
Who
upgraded.
the hell is Lenny's?
Do you know
It's
the price
own-
of protein in Australia right now?
No.
It's pretty expensive here
What
too.
kind of
Is it?
protein?
Just across the board, you cannot get protein in
Powder?
a decent sized tub. Yeah, protein
Oh.
powder in a decent sized tub.
What's
for
a
less
what's
than-
a 2.27 kilo 5-pound tub of
maybe
sebum?
150,
So how much?
150,
Yeah.
160.
Yeah, that's what it is here now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a globalized thing.
Yeah.
Also, they have to import it. That's why.
Yeah.
We have import tax on things.
Yeah.
So some things.
That's why we don't have good wine here.
Or cheese, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
No cheese you can get.
Yeah, but it's imported and so it's expensive, apparently.
Yeah,
Yes.
Australia has good wine, cheese, and dairy. Oh, good steak too.
Steak, prawns,
yeah.
bananas, mangoes. Australia's good at all that stuff. Or
Yeah.
Queensland is good at all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You can get that stuff here. That is good, but you're going to pay for
Expensive.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as we are saying, living in Canggu, everyone is about health and fitness, so the food is as well.
Yeah.
The meals, it's very normal to have those high protein meals where it's basically macro tracked.
Protein acai
Same
bowls.
with the protein shakes at Lenny's. They put the macros on the thing for
Yeah.
you. They're like, this is the macros of this protein shake
I love that about Bali. Everything is adapted to their
for the
market.
fitness industry.
It's just, okay, they know.
There's so many gyms here too.
Yeah, I tried to
So
find a
many.
gym in Kuta and it's not.
I think there's
It's a whole
Hammerhead.
different
Is it
demographic.
Hammerhead?
Hammerhead Fitness
Yeah,
is the
that's the
There's
iconic.
one
a
in
tiny
Kuta.
gym in my resort.
Yeah, I bet it's
Oh,
tiny.
Yeah,
Just-
well, while you're here, you'll need to go to Hammerhead. That's ticking the box.
Okay.
So you can Google Maps that. It won't
I
be
will.
far.
I've never been there, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a photo of me eating a chocolate bar, sitting on the floor in front of the mirror, and there's two figure competitors practicing their posing.
Yes.
And I've got a big grin on my face.
Yes, I know
So
that
funny.
photo.
I haven't seen that photo.
Yeah.
What? It was at Granite?
Yeah.
Lol.
So this is again part of the military background.
Yeah,
It was mental toughness.
yeah.
Yeah, that is part of it. Maybe
It's the
that's the secret sauce.
it's part of it. Literally part of the secret sauce.
Well, we
Is
should
the
reveal
directing
it
staff
because
are arseholes for the sake of being
I
arseholes
think
to toughen you up.
Andrew should write a book.
Andrew, you were talking about writing a book years ago.
Yeah. So
What happened?
He got busy. We had.
no, I've got like 30,000 words somewhere.
Where did you put it?
It's on the Puda
Because I
somewhere.
really want Andrew to write a book.
I think you should.
Yeah,
A
I
lot
think I
to
should
say.
too. I think I should too.
Oh yeah.
But I
There's
read a
always
book that
something
no
to
one's going
say.
to read, so that's why I didn't go anywhere with it because it was
Yeah,
all about
okay.
like bikini competitions. It's like
Yeah.
done. So
So
I'll
now
do it
what are you
again.
gonna write
Do you still
about?
coach bikini girls?
some. Yep.
In America?
Well, last season was
Canada.
men's bodybuilding and figure. Season before that was figure. Yeah, I guess it's a lot more figure
Yeah, you
and.
kinda
Oh,
do.
hang on, figure and fitness model.
In
When was
America.
the last bikini
So
competitor? I
hold
had?
on. If you were
And
to write a
Canada.
book,
Yeah.
what would you write about then?
Yeah.
About getting in shape, generally.
Mental toughness.
Well, toughness is part of it. I think there's a few different mental frames
Yeah.
that are useful, kind of overlapping, not necessarily competing with each other, but how to, like something like the Phoenix program where it's a little interesting, difficult, complicated to integrate giving yourself credit where credit is due, but at the same time, not giving yourself too much credit, if you know what I mean. Like,
What are you referring to now?
what I'm referring to now is the typical clash I've had with new people who want to get in shape is, but I went for a run and I had a salad and like I want part marks, I want a gold star, whereas I come at it from that data driven graph point of view, which is, look, there's two factors that matter to change the physics, biology, chemistry of this situation, and what you're doing isn't that. So that's this clash. So what I would want to do in a book and in the Phoenix program is sort of bring those two worlds together, meet people where they're at a little bit better, and integrate what is important about their efforts, rather than just dismiss and get them to focus on macros and training.
Yeah.
So we can sort of do both.
Yeah.
And hardening the fuck up and doing hard things just for the sake of it.
Oh, I know what
and
the
is
title
part
of the
it.
book should be.
Oh, what's the title of the book?
Don't die. Is that a good one?
Die. But did you die?
That's a
That's a
good
better title, but did you die?
I think that's a good one because you always say that.
What? I always say
No.
that.
Or part of your.
I say don't puss out.
Fine, then call it that. It's not
Hold
as
on,
good.
wasn't there another one? Like,
There's 5 rules.
There's 5.
no, don't think. Thinking's for ugly people.
Fine. Oh, call it that.
That's rule number 3.
Well, we don't want people to steal our titles, though.
I still say that to people.
Don't think. Thinking is for ugly people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. It's
true.
a good rule.
They
I
do
tell it to my
overthink
children.
things. They do.
You're like, I think I should. Don't think. Thinking's for ugly
Just
people.
do it. You'll have more fun.
What am I breeding?
Swapped one cult for another. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. What else is relevant in your health and fitness story? I just summarized the previous 8 years, saying I assume you've had ups and downs. I assume there've been problems. But
Relevant.
you've learnt macro tracking. You went all the way to the stage competing. So you've got a really good handle on how to look after yourself, how to look after your body composition, manipulate your body to be the way you want it to be. What's happened for the last 7 or 8 years?
Do you know what there's been so much that's happened, but fitness wise, I think I've come to a place where, because when you're doing bodybuilding, it's all or nothing. It is all consuming, and there isn't really room for much else because you're counting everything, you're tracking everything, you're training 9 times a week. It is your whole being and existence. And so I got to a point where I was like, okay, that is not real life.
Correct.
That is not something that I can do as a mum of 4 children. What I can do is be smart about what I eat, and I can move my body. And doing those things regularly has meant I haven't become a big fat bitch. But I am not in the best shape of my life. There's no 2 ways about it.
No, but when you're on the bike before, I noticed your back muscles. I was like, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because you guys
Love
were in
that for
front of
me.
me and you were like that, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty good.
Yeah, like I'm not training as consistently as I want to be. And that's because life happens. Phoenix, you know. And you do have to be disciplined. You do have to make those choices every day to be able to get the results that you want. But I need to do it in a sustainable way, that I can still run a business. I can still look after my children and be at every single one of their sporting events and take them to their stuff, because I don't have a nanny. I should.
Yeah.
That would make my life so much better.
It's because you're poor.
Yeah.
It's because I'm poor.
That's pretty impressive.
You know, so
Yeah,
I have
4
to be
kids.
realistic. My husband travels for work. It's busy. It's a busy time. And I don't have family support, so I'm doing what I can and being okay with it.
Yep.
It's okay that I have fat on my body.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't need to be a lean bean
No.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
No. Nobody does, really.
No.
It's not
I'm
great
not
for
an
your
influencer.
hormones.
I'm
no.
not here to influence everyone. But, you know, I do think it is important to maintain a level of health. It's important to move your body every day in a way that works. I'll walk my dogs on the beach every day. I'll, you know, do some cartwheels.
Yeah.
But I do still go to the gym. I do still lift weights. I will do Pilates sometimes with my friends. You know, it's just got to become a lifestyle.
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
And you have to find things that you enjoy for it to be sustainable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I have noticed that if I am eating healthy food, I'm a happier person. And if I'm moving my body, I'm a happier person. If I'm grumpy, Zane will say to me, maybe you should go to the gym. You know? And finding a way for me to get that energy out makes life better. And knowing what works is the trick, I think.
And knowing what works. Yeah. And so that's it. Everything you just said, the Granite part is just that.
Yeah.
It's just the knowing what works.
Yeah.
Because you've got the intense craziness of comp prep, the slightly less crazy, intense 8-week challenge thing. All of that is just knowing what works.
Yeah.
But then you take that little piece of knowledge and then you can plug it into your life where you're balancing all of your priorities and stuff. And then you can look like this. And then other people think they're doing the same thing. They're trying to balance it, but they're just missing that little piece.
Yeah.
And they're frustrated because maybe they can lose weight, but they don't lose fat.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff that you were saying before. So yeah, awesome. Successful normie.
Yay.
You're a successful normie, is what we call you.
I passed the test again.
Yay.
You made the grade again.
I've made the team, guys.
Yeah, it's so good. I don't think I'm a successful normie.
We're getting there. We're working on it.
Totally a successful normie.
No, I'm way too skinny and tiny. Andrew gets mad at me all the time for being too skinny.
Jesus Christ.
Your bike pants are extremely tight. They are cutting off my circulation right now.
Yeah. Andrew gets mad that I'm too tiny.
You can't help that. Andrew,
Rudeness.
how dare you?
Yep.
No, it was because after chemo I was like 45 kilos.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, because I
But you
couldn't
can't
do
help
any
that.
physical activity.
Also, you couldn't eat.
Yeah.
All those
all
ulcers in your
bad.
mouth and...
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Well, also you feel sick most of the time, so you don't really want to eat.
What are you now?
I haven't weighed myself lately, but I'm hoping it's like around 50 kilos by
Closer
now.
to 50.
Because
I
I've been
should've brought
eating
my,
so much
I
from
should have
my
brought my bag carry, the suitcase
scales.
weigher.
Just
Scales.
just clip it onto the
Yeah.
back of my shirt.
Andrew could have lifted you up.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think that's about all we've got time for. Anything else we need to cover off? You've discovered Bali. You found that it's disgusting and delightful at the same time.
Mm.
Chaotic and
It is those
free.
things.
It's a big cognitive dissonance there.
Yeah, there is. And I don't know, what's the theme of this episode? Cognitive dissonance?
Do you know what? I will say though, it is so nice to see you guys living normal lives. And before you moved to Bali, it was all very like I knew that you guys were together, but it was like, keep it a secret from the team and don't tell anyone. And now it's like
it was
That was
very,
like 2 years before we left.
Yes.
That
but
time.
that was also our life back
That was
then
a
was
stressful
very
time.
bodybuilding focused, and everything that went on in the bodybuilding world, that was our life, and that was
Yes.
it's
And
stressful. Things that people say about you or blah blah blah,
it
would
was
just get to you.
very
Yeah, whereas now I've
gossipy.
like forgotten so many people,
yeah.
and it's like
Yeah,
great.
none of it, it all doesn't matter
Like
anymore.
people who would hate us for winning and stuff like I didn't even know, I've forgotten your name.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's
Yeah,
not
life
important
does
to me.
go on after bodybuilding.
Yeah, I've got a child to raise and like shit to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
And it just doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've created our new normal.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so nice to see you guys happy and healthy and,
Yes, we're back to healthy.
just living your best lives and doing it your way. It's great.
Yeah, I do enjoy seeing people doing things their way. And that's what you see around here a lot, obviously, is that people are sort of choosing their own adventure in all manner of strange ways.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's cool. It's inspiring
Yeah.
to see people just go, actually, I'm going to go and do this.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Go for it. Mm.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Great.
Well, thanks so much for visiting us on our island and
Yay.
for stopping
For
into the
having me.
studio for a chat. Hopefully people
So
found that
good.
interesting and inspiring, and people should be inspired. Tina's got 1 million kids,
Yeah.
and
4 kids. A few less than 1 million.
rounding up to the nearest million. You two have fucking lied about me the whole show, so I'm going to lie about Tina. Rounding up to the
I
nearest
think we
million. she has 1
lied
million
about
kids.
anything, to be fair.
You can put me on a lie detector.
Fuck these guys.
It's the next episode.
It's been slandered to my face for an hour. It's been fun.
At
Thank
least
you.
I haven't teased your shorts.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for visiting. I hope you had a good time.
Had a great time.
Mhm.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.